Hi, in this video, we're gonna understand and learn about the state hooks in React. Sure, it says it's gonna take 8 minutes, but I think it will take more than that. So let's read out a few things and let's try understanding. Okay. What should we do if you want to add a state to our functional component? Like state is just like a switch that contains something. Like what is the state of the switch? Is it on? Or is it off? What is the state of a switch? Let's take it a bit further. Let's expand this example. Let's say like the switch will have information like a text that say I am on and sometimes no text. These are the states. What happened to my video? How about if we wanted to add our app to response to changes in data? Okay. In this lesson, we'll learn about React hooks and how they can help us powerfully wild function component. Wild, I don't know how do I say this? Wild? Oh, it's wheeled function components. React hooks, plainly put, are functions that so it's a function. It lets us manage the internal state of a component and handle post-rendering side effects directly from our functional component. A lot of words here. Using hooks, we can determine what we want to show the user by declaring how our user interface should look based on the state. So React offers a number of built-in hooks. A few of these include use state, use effect, use context, use render, use reference. See the full list. You can refer to the React docs. So this is the React docs. Here we have the hooks, built-in hooks. Anyway, in this lesson, we'll learn how to build a stateful function component, use state hook, initialize a state and set a state, define event handlers. What happens when a certain event is called? Use state setter callback functions. Use state with array and objects. We have one instruction. Open app function. Okay. We'll learn how this code works in the next few exercises. Don't worry about the details of what's going on just here yet, but take a few moments to read through the definition of the function, through the definition of this function component, and develop some theories about how this code may be doing. So just let's read it out and let's see. So we have imported React and you have imported useState from React. So useState is provided from React. So it's a type of a hook in React. Help us define stateful functions. Okay, anyway, import new tasks from this application. New task. So what does this new task look like? Import default function, new task, handle change and return on submit handle, input this. Looks cool. Anyway, I imported new task and task list. So let's open task list. Also task list. Task list. This is the task list. Anyway, some cool code is there. Okay, what I'm doing after that is default export function, app function const new task and set new task. We have use state, and this is an empty object for now. Okay, so initial status, so like that. Const handle change. So target const name value equals to target. Set new task previous. So okay, I don't know what the heck's going on in here. Anyway, okay, we have task use state. All tasks set all tasks use state, an empty array. Const handle submit an event prevent from default. If no task title, return simply. Set all task previous new task previous. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Set handle delete task to remove. Pro previous dot filter task dot id not equal to task id remove. Okay, return main. We have h1. We have new task handle task. Let's press run. When I did press run, nothing happened. Didn't even understand the code. So what I understood from here, like we have things like adding tasks. We can add a task. We can even delete the task, I suppose. I don't know how. Thought we could do it. Oh yeah, we can. By clicking on this, we can remove the task. Okay, that's all. Update function component state. Let's get started with the state hook, the most common hook that we use for building React component. The state hook is named export from the React library, as you can see here. Okay, so importing object destructuring like the following. So using object destructuring, like we use curly braces to do the object destructuring. So yeah, this is the code. We call useState function. It returns an array with two values: the current state, the current value of the state, and the state setter, a function that we can use to update the value of this state later on. We can use these two values to track the current state of the data value or property or change it when needed. To extract the two values from the array, we can assign them local variables by using array destructuring, like this. Current. Let's have another look at the example of the function component that uses state hook. So for example, we have imported useState using object destructuring from React. We have a function called toggle. Okay, what this function does, what this function does is using again destructuring. We have set toggle and set toggle to use state. So we have a return. The toggle is toggle. On click button, set toggle on button. On click button, set toggle off button. Notice how the state setter look, as you can see here, set toggle. In the curly braces, we're providing it some value on and off. Is called by clicking an event listener. To update the value of a toggle, we re-render this component with a new value. All we need to do this is set toggle function with the next state value argument. With the state hook, updating the state is simple as calling the state setter function. Calling the state setter signals to the React that the component needs to re-render. So the whole function defining the component is called again. The magic of useState is that it allows React to keep a track of the current value from rendering the next value. The magic of useState is to allow React to keep a track of the current value of the state from one render to next. So there are a few things to do here. Import the default export from React library and call it React. We'll also be using state hook, so go ahead, import the name export use state from the React library as well. So import the default export named use state from React library. So how do we do that? Import React, comma, curly braces, use state from React, like that. Okay, let's replace it to this. Let's try running. Okay, got stuck. Okay. Use const to declare and assign the return values from calling useState to color and set color. So call the useState to assign return values, colors, and set color. So it's not gonna be that hard. We'll say const in the square brackets. We're gonna set two values, color, color, and set color, and we're gonna set it to useState and empty useState. Oh shit, lost connection. Why? I So okay, we are connected back again. Okay, okay. So we're gonna again use cons, CUNST cons. We're gonna set two values, color, comma set color, right? Set the use state and empty. Let's take in the hint, just like this. So third is in the JSX. Oh, we can set color. No, not yet. Color is gone. So in the JSX, use onClick event listener to call setColorState function with an appropriate color when the user clicks on each of the buttons. Again, understand. So basically, it's telling me to set a button with an onClick event. Um, it just sets use this function that we have defined here to set the color. So where do we have this? In the JSX. How do we do that? So button we have, but we don't have any on-click thing in it. do we set that? Any idea? Maybe here on click. How do we set it on click? Let's check the hint. Okay, on click. Sure. So what to do when this thing is clicked? Set. So set color. Set color. Oh, like that. Just add this set color. Aquamarine. So the entire code is like this now. Hmm. I'm enjoying this after days. Hmm. So just replace them with whatever I can replace it. But okay, looks like fine. Okay, looks like it's done. Let's see. But it's not changing the color, right? Hmm. No, I'm actually using this. That's crazy. Update the div style object so that the div style object. So we have a div style object as well. Where's that? Okay. How do we change this div style object? This is, I mean, it has a background color. This. How do we do that? Okay, let's see the hint. Um, okay. Set color. So I guess we gotta replace it with set color like that. Okay. Okay. No. Did you make sure the color state every time the Aquaman button is clicked? So how do we do this? Maybe use this since it's a function. So it should work now. Okay. Again, the same error. Okay. I have to figure it out. Replace the purple string with the value of the color. How do we do that? Oh, instead of set color, I suppose it will go with color, right? I guess so. Yo, who made it work? Damn, proud of you. High five. So this is how we do it. Okay, nice. Yes, next thing would be initialize states and all. So yeah, we'll be doing this soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.